I'm curious to know, like going into the surgery, especially after the first one, did you have more apprehension, less apprehension?
I was scared.
Because even the second time?
I was more scared the second time than the first time, because the first time I was having so many issues with my hip and my groin and my knee that it's like I get the surgery or you stop playing. So it's a very simple decision. Go get the surgery or stop playing hockey. I want to play hockey. But this go around, it's doable, it's manageable with the right rehab, with the right mobility. I can get it done. But if I did get it done, what's possible? Now I have 2 hips fixed, not 1. The ankle issues would go away. And thankfully, after I got the surgery done, doc says, listen, your ankle issues are going to be gone. Your knee issues are going to be gone. Everything's going to be actually working properly now. So you're good to go. So that's really exciting. For the first time in God knows how long, I'm actually with 2 functioning, fully 100% hips. And it has me really excited. Before the surgery, I was at a point where I'm thinking, this isn't fun because I'm always in pain, right? Like I'm dealing with the ankle issues I was telling you all the time.
Yeah, 28, you shouldn't be dealing with that.
Well, 27 at the time, now 28. But it's not fun. Right? Like playing hockey is supposed to be fun. Going into the post and having your ankle moan and groan and then having to adapt your post work to not hurt that's not fun. But now they're both healthy and I'm getting the mobility back and I'm getting super low on a squat for the first time in my life and I'm not having hip pain. It's exciting. It's making me very frisky to get back on the ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get back on the ice.
There's
I'm
a
glad
new
you
word.
said that. Yeah.
There's that pro hockey education. Frisky to get on the ice.
Well, and I'm fascinated to know why you were more nervous the second time going in, especially knowing the results that you got after the first one.
Because he told me, my surgeon specifically said the second go around usually does not go as well as the first one. And the first one really well because there was no mobility, there's no range at all.
Well, and here you are beating the odds because you're saying the recovery is going better than the first time around.
So to give you an idea, I didn't skate till I think it was week 13, week 14.
After the first surgery.
After the first surgery.
Right.
I hopped on the ice last week in goalie skates for the first time at week 9.5.
Okay.
And I felt better at week 9.5. I did last go around at week 13, 14. I haven't gotten on full gear. I'm going to get in full gear next week, but I'm feeling really, really, really good.
Were the bone spurs, for lack of a better term, were they caused by the friction that your hips were doing playing the butterfly style?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the rubbing of the femur and the hip. So if you're watching the video version, you have your femur, you have your little bone growth, and it can only rotate so much before it starts growing the bone growth because it's not a natural position. Your body wants to build the callus to stop you from doing it. It does a great job. And then it's bone on bone, and then you end up getting the spurs, kind of like shreds the labrum a bit, depending on how much damage is going on there. So especially as a big guy, I think you can take any goal in the NHL, 6'3 plus, you can put them in this category. They've had one and or both hips done. It's just whether you know about it or not.
Has he told you anything about long-term effects of this?
Yeah, no arthritis.
Really?
Yeah. When they do the hip surgery, you remove 90 to 95% of any hip arthritis that's going to come down the line, which is great for quality of life. I know we've talked about it before, but Carey Price, the fact that he can barely even be a father to his kids, like that's not a life I want to live. I want to do things outside of even just take my kids up the stairs when the time comes. Or like making pancakes in the morning. That was one of his things. He wants to make pancakes in the morning for his kids, and he can't do that because his knees are all shot and his hips are whacked. But this will help with that.
Why wouldn't everyone get this done then?
It's a long recovery.
I can think of 2 guys off the top of my head that have brand new hips, and that would be Bo Jackson and Vanilla Ice.
Ice baby.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, they both went in and got the complete hip removed and replaced.
Well, stop collaborating and listen.
Yeah, right?
Ice it back with my brand new invention.
So I just find it interesting that even though you're shaving things down and shaving down a little bit extra, it's actually doing you benefit long term. I thought, in my mind, it seems like such a short term situation where you're like, I want to play the best that I can and I'll deal with the aftermath after I retire. But it sounds like it's going to be gravy all the way through.
At face value, yeah. One of the things that Matt and I talked about in our interview was...
Full name for those that don't know?
Matt Murray.
There you go.
Sorry. One of the things that him and I talked about, because he had the double hip surgery done, which is about a 9 to 10 month recovery versus one hip is 6 months, is you're losing basically an entire year. In his case, for me, part of a year. How are teams going to look at that? You missed X amount of time. There was no performance. You're injured. You just had surgery. Like, how is that going to affect things? And if you get it done at the right time, it's great. Right? Like if you're performing, if you have a team lined up, great, take the time off. But if you don't, you're in a contract year, or maybe you're in my neck of the woods where it's not even year to year, it's day to day. Is that a good idea? Well, if I can't perform and I'm always injured, well, then there's no other answer but to get it done.
Right. So by the time you take off to Spain in early October, you're 100%.
Late September.
Late September, you're 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
We're way ahead this time. And I'm really, really excited to see what I can actually do and put on the ice in motion or into action for the come game time. Results-wise, stats-wise, and also for the team. How many games can we win? How many saves can I make? How much of a game breaker can I be now that I can move properly and I can get a range of motion that I couldn't before? And I'm a big guy. You just got to get the body, get the frame in the line of the puck, in the sight lines, right place, right time.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Sling the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music,
Pop culture.
politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.